The question that I chose to address for my paper is, why is there a lack of parental involvement in low-income families? A little bit about why I chose this question was because I have taught at a Title I school now for going on 4 years. So most of the families within my school come from low-income areas, and they're members of low-income families. I've noticed a trend in my school and in my classroom, and typically parental involvement is relatively low. So I was wondering if there's a connection between parental involvement and coming from a low income family. In order to attempt to address my question, the first thing that I wanted to do was really understand what is considered low income. So through some of my research, I found that about 22% of children in 2018 were living below the poverty line. Currently in our state of Kentucky, the population is 4,316,917. And out of that number, 744,239 people are considered to be living below the average income. Some common living conditions of low-income families often include moving from place to place a lot, staying with relatives, staying with friends, not having enough beds or rooms for everyone in the family to sleep in, living in vehicles or sometimes motorhomes, and then the most extreme type of low income would be homelessness. So after I was able to understand really what was low income, I started to research challenges that low income parents face on a day-to-day basis. And one of the number one challenges that they face is just the lack of job opportunities due to their education. A lot of times, parents from low-income families are forced to work odd-hour jobs, so late at night, on the weekends, coming home really early in the morning, and sometimes missing their children getting on the bus, or in the evenings, not being home with their children to talk about homework and to go over what had happened in their school day. A lot of these parents also don't have access to proper education materials because they don't have the money to pay for them, or they just don't know where to go out and find these resources and materials. Another big challenge for low-income parents is a lot suffer from mental health issues. Many have a very low confidence level when it comes to their parenting. They have added stress on them, thinking about how they're paying for bills, how they're going to get a ride to work, how they're going to get their kid to school, and a lot of this stress can also lead to depression. So keeping all of those challenges in mind, I wanted to come up with a plan and think about ways that us as teachers can help break this barrier and allow parents to become more involved in their child's education. One thing to do is to really hold a flexible schedule when it comes to conferences or when it comes to communicating with these parents. So try your best to reach out and see what times work for them and be as flexible as possible. A lot of times having conferences during the day don't work best for these parents. So maybe before school, after school, or even a phone or email conference might be best for these parents, because sometimes they don't have a way to get to the school, or they have too much going on with work to be able to come to school and talk in person. Another strategy is to make sure you connect these parents to the Family Resource Center. The Family Resource Center can really offer some of these educational materials and resources, like I was talking about on the slide before, that a lot of these parents lack the access to. Another good strategy is to make computers and internet available to parents in your school. So to have a designated computer or a designated area where these parents can come in and use them for personal use or to help with their child's homework or anything like that that they need. And the last strategy that I found is a lot of times us as teachers considered parental involvement as the parents coming in to help us with a school-related activity. But most of these parents would really rather be involved in things that center around the community's needs. So things that will help their child in the long run and things that will help their community improve. So to get these parents involved in community-related activities is the best way to bring them in and to really get them engaged in your school and with your school community.